something happened yesterday, and I couldn't stop laughing. I had a deep connection with my dad yesterday. Like, I have a pretty good relationship with my family, but you know those things, like there's like a pivotal moment in life where you're like, oh my god, we just got closer, right? I had that moment. So yesterday I was hanging out with my mom and my dad, and we went out to get something to eat because my dad's on a diet. I remember I told you guys, like, he's been successfully on a diet for a while, not because he's fat, but because he's very unhealthy and he has really high cholesterol and everything. And I told you guys this, and I was like, Dad, please, you're gonna die. Like, he has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and he has a hole in his heart. Like, bro, and he's high risk for a lot of illnesses. So I'm like, girl, you gotta start eating healthy. Because all he does is he eats the highest cholesterol food. He eats like, was it chicken gizzards? Chumi, squid, shrimp. He chooses the food that is high in cholesterol, even though he already has high cholesterol. It's crazy. When you get blood checked, his shit is like double the appropriate amount. It's nasty, bro. However, so this is how his diet goes. From Monday to Friday, he's on a strict diet. But during Saturday and Sunday, that's when he can like kind of choose his own meals. Like, he can kind of live his life a little bit to balance happiness. And honestly, going from nothing to something is better, right? Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday is his cheat days. So yesterday was Saturday, and I was like, alright, like, time to eat. Because in my head, chat, when you're like, oh, it's my cheat day, well, it's fine. Like, 2 meals that makes you happy is not gonna kill you. Chat, we spent the whole day eating. Like, the moment he woke up, he ate and ate and ate. He ate 5 fucking meals that day, and he was like, oh, it's my cheat day today, so I can eat whatever I want. And I'm like, bro, it's been 7 hours and you ate 5 meals, like full fucking meals. Like, no, but it's my cheat day. Like, Mom, are you stacking up for the winter? What, are you a bear? Like, his logic is just gonna eat as much as he can, hibernate to Monday and Friday, and then do it all over again. And I sat there and I'm like, is this really okay? He's just bulking. Bro, thank God he doesn't know the term bulking. Bro, he just hibernates throughout the other days then. I was like, what? Making up for your lack of eating. At that point, Pharaoh, I'm not kidding, my dad could have eaten for like 6 families, man. He fucking be... We ate... Well, not we. My dad. Like, at first I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep up with you. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna accompany you eat. Because my dad really likes eating with somebody too. So I'm like, I'll accompany you eat. After like the first and like 1.5 meal, I stopped. Like, I literally couldn't do it anymore, and it just kept going. We ate padang. If you don't know what padang is like, it's Indonesian buffet, okay? It's like, Padang is a place in Indonesia, but the meals they serve is like, it's really fucking bussin' though. Really, really good. But if you go to a Padang restaurant, what they do is they give you like different plates, and then you pay for whatever you take. It's kind of like a mini buffet. Really good. But is that like, oh, this is like healthy? Well, not the healthiest, but it is fucking bussin'. It's really good. And then, well, it keeps going, it keeps going. After we went to Padang restaurant, we went to a dessert house. He got cake, ice cream, crepes. And after that, and I'm not saying after that a couple of hours. No, I'm talking in 15 minutes, right? We went again to another restaurant. We ate soto. Soto is like a brothy soup with some coconut milk, santan, coconut something. And then like thick fatty beef.
Damn, Dadchievee living the good life.
Bro.
I wanna be like him when I grow up, Aga.
No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. And then after that, like, I'm talking 10 minutes after that, satay, skewers. Like skewers, beef skewers, chicken gizzard skewers. Back to back to back to back. Like, in 7 hours, right? Bro ate 5 meals. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, no shit. No fucking shit you're looking forward to this.
Are you sure he isn't Saren's dad?
But yeah, I had like a moment where I had like a connection with my dad. Okay, so this was at night. It was like 9 p.m. and my dad just finished his like 6th meal. Well, according to him, if there is no rice, that's not a meal. I'm not kidding. That is what he says. So the fact that he only ate 2 rice meals, let's ignore the fact that he had like 12 desserts and 16 different types of side dishes, right? Because he had 2 rice platters. Rice. He only ate 2 things. Everything else is just water. Yeah, so here we were at like 9 p.m. and he was eating like 2 cakes. And then he has a food coma, all right? Like, he is sitting there. And okay, you You know when I say like, when you have a food coma, chat, and you just zonk the shit out, right? You can see it from someone's face that they're zonked the fuck out. And now I can tell that my dad is like zonked the shit out of his mind because he's just sitting there like that. And my mom was yapping. Like, my mom was sitting beside me, my dad was sitting in front of me, and my mom was yapping. She's been yapping for like an hour and a half. Like, she's just saying things, you know? And then, yeah, it's typical. Like, when I talk with my dad, it's very light conversations, right? We just joke around. We go like, hey, by the way, me and my dad, we gossip, weirdly enough. So when I talk to my dad, it's like, hey, you heard about this? And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, this. And he's like, holy shit, that's crazy. I heard this. And I'm like, yo, that's nuts. The end. Like, that is a good conversation. But with my mom, bro, if I go, did you hear this? My mom goes, what, when, why, how, where, who? And then I answer one and she goes, wait, what, when, why, how, where, who? And then I go like this and she's like, what, when, what? It's over and over. And then somehow it went from that conversation and it funnels down to, you know, it's really bad to gossip. The fact that you said all this, it's just so bad to gossip. And then she starts relating it to life, right? She goes, it makes me think about it. You know, how many people in this world... After she fucking milks me for all the information I got, then she tells me that, but whatever. And she goes, yeah, starts thinking about me. Life is just so full of hurdles, you know, and we just need to be surrounded by good people. And then suddenly it becomes fucking serious. Like, I love you, lady, but like, it ain't that serious, girl. You know, like, we don't gotta do all that, but all right. So she starts yapping about life and the bigger meaning of things. This is not even me making shit up. Like, she was talking about worries, right? Because I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, I do have worries. And my mom's like, I have no worries. Now, here's the thing. Is it true? Yes. My mom, she is very straightforward. Like, she is one of those people, I've told you guys this. If everyone has like a filter in their brain for things to say and for things not to say, my mom's filter has like big human man-sized holes. Okay, like, it is the most useless filter I've ever seen in my life. She just says whatever. I love her so much. She is the type of person that has no worries. Not because she is so wise and so smart. She has no thoughts. All right, like, she is the most like you can be like, hey, you're ugly, and she's like, I'm not ugly, and then it doesn't bother her. Nothing bothers her. Here's a story that this can best describe my mother. We went to the hospital for our routine checkups, right? And then we weighed ourselves at the hospital like weigh scale. And my mom, because she is like, she does weigh herself because she's like exercising and everything. When she stepped on the weigh, it basically said that she was 3 kilograms heavier than what she usually is. And the first thing she says was instantly she went like, your weigh scale's broken. Like, she just looked at like the nurses and everything. I was like, your weigh scale is broken. And they start laughing and she's like, why are you laughing, bro? I'm serious. Your weigh scale's broken.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's my mom. And they're like, yeah, sure, everyone says that. No, I was like, no, I'm dead serious. I'm not this heavy. And she just doubles down. Like, she keeps doubling down. She ain't mad. She just wants you to know that your weigh scale is broken. That's my mom. Okay, so my mom is just, she a chill dude. However, she be yapping. Anything suddenly becomes really deep. Like, have you ever had a light conversation and you make a joke and then they take it really seriously and now you're like, ah, shit. Now you're just like listening for the QTEs. You know what I mean? You just, a 3-minute conversation now is like suddenly it's a serious talk. And I love serious talks, but my mom does take serious talks very seriously. Like, you say one little offhanded comment and she's like, you know, it's not good to joke about that. If you're not joking, then it's also not good. Because... And I'm sending and I'm like, I'm clearly joking. But now it's a serious talk. So that was me, right? I was there. My mom would start talking about like being like having a lot of fears, having a lot of like anxiety. It's not good for the soul. No shit. But she just starts talking about it. And mom's like, you see, I have no worries. And she starts telling me the story. She was like, yeah, like, I told your dad this and your dad said this. And I said this and your dad said this. And I'm listening. But am I like locked in? No. I'm listening to the words you're saying and I'm retaining information so I know when to say a lot of the conversation is nya 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 nya. You know what I'm saying? And then right? But you can't miss that QTE because the moment you miss the QTE, your mom's like, so you weren't listening to me. And you're like, no, I'm listening.
Please be careful with...
Because here's what I learned, chat. This is not just my mom. I kind of notice a lot of people do this. If they catch you not listening, they go, so you weren't listening to me. And you're like, no, I'm listening. And they hit you with 2 routes. It's either they go, all right, what was I just saying? And then if you succeed the first checkpoint, the second part is unskippable. She will say it all over again. So if let's say you've been listening for an hour and you're like, what was I just saying? And then you recap it correctly, she will still say it all over again. And now you have an extra hour of listening to the same damn thing you were listening to, right? Unskippable cutscene. So you can't miss your QTEs. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening, I'm retaining enough information so if she hits me with the what was I just saying, I know what to say, but also so I won't miss my QTEs. And now my mom told me the story about, like, she told my dad something and my dad said something else, my mom said something, my dad said something else, blah blah blah. And now this is, no one expected this, but my mom turned to my dad, who is like zonked out in a food coma after yapping for an hour, and went, you remember that? And my dad's like, yeah. Mom's like, yeah, remember I asked you this question? My dad's like, yeah. She's like, and then what did you say? Tell Michi what you said to me. Now my dad, like, my mom's like, remember I asked you, like, what am I worried about? My dad's like, yep, I remember that. She's like, yeah, tell Michi what you said to me. Now my dad's sitting there. Bro was not listening. Okay, it was in the syllabus, but bro didn't read. Like, my mom literally just told me the story 20 minutes ago, but my dad wasn't listening. But I already know what he answered because my mom literally fucking recapped the story. So I be knowing, but my dad, he zonked the shit. So he was just sitting there and he looked at me and his face went from like this to like that. And then my mom goes, do you even remember what I'm talking about? Oh. Now here's the thing, chat, right? There are certain things, like, there, you know when you're having a conversation with your mother, and then it's like, danger! It's like the warning shots. My mom hits him with his first warning shot. Bam! Do you even remember what I'm talking about? My dad goes, no, yeah, I remember. And then second warning shot. Then what did I say? My dad goes, it's that the question you asked. She's like, yeah? What question? Bam! My dad got it right. My dad's like, oh, you asked me what you were worried about. Mom's like, yeah? And what did you say? Go on, tell Michi what you said. My dad looks at me. He doesn't know what he was talking about. He was just gathering the information he could from the past 2 seconds. He doesn't know what to say, but I know. So I leaned back, right? Like, my dad was looking at me and he was just like, like that, like trying to laugh it off. I leaned back, and according to my mom's story, my dad responded with the word nothing. Like, what am I worried about? And my dad says nothing, right? So I leaned back and I mouthed the word like gaada. Because gaada is like, it doesn't exist, right? So I started mouthing. I was like, you know, it doesn't track very well, but I was like mouthing the words like nothing. That's what she's worried about. She's not worried about anything, Dad, right? And then he looked at me and then he was like, nothing. Like, he was like, Gada, got nothing. He looks at my mom and my mom's like, exactly. And that's when, like, me and my dad's like, okay, we passed it, bro. You passed it. Good job. Because here's the thing, right? I'm not trying to save my dad's ass. I am. But at the same time, if he fucks this up, we both have to listen to this conversation all over again. So my dad said, nothing. You're not worried about nothing. Mom's like, exactly. And my dad's like, yes. Like, we both had a smile on our face. And then...
Bro went from don't worry I tank these to fuck.
Yep.
Fuck.
No, but here's the best part, chat. My dad went, nothing, honey. You're not worried about anything. Mom goes, exactly. And then, right, I sat there and I thought the conversation was gonna move on. And my dad has passed his QTE and he's okay now. And he's locked in, you know? Mom goes, exactly. And then I told him, right? And I'm like, have you ever thought about it? Like, why? Why do I feel like I'm not worried about anything? And then, honey, this is the best part. Tell her what you said. This was not part of the syllabus, bro. Like, this is a new chapter. All right, my mom never told me anything about this. And what she did tell me is way too fucking long. Because if it's a one-word answer, bro, I can mouth that out. But if it's an essay, shit, you cooked. So like, when I was like, go on, honey, tell her what you said. That is clearly an essay. I was looking at my mom. And then I went like this, and I looked at my dad. My dad looked at my mom, went like this, looked at me. And we looked at each other, and I'm not kidding. My dad's face, like, you know that, like, that's mad disrespectful for speed. Why you try not to laugh? Like, the cooked face. My dad hit that face, like, one-on-one. His face looked at me, and he went... We were both, like, smiling. He's like, go on, honey, tell her what you said. So then... I did the same thing. Because I'm like, bro, I can't help you here. Like, I was listening, but the teacher didn't say anything about this part, girl. That's all on you. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. This should happen like months ago. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know. And then we cooked. The whole time, me and my dad, we looked at each other and hit the... Yep. And we stayed like that. And then I started laughing because that shit was so fucking funny. And I was like, yeah, that is funny as fuck. So I started fucking bawling my eyes out. My dad started laughing too because we both know, yeah, exactly. Like, that was me. This picture on the left, that was me. My dad looked at me like this. So that was us. Right. And I started laughing. He started laughing. My mom's like, why are you guys laughing? Huh? Well, what's so funny? What's so funny? And then I started laughing. I'm like, nothing, mom. Like, it's just so funny. It's a conversation. You know, it's a conversation. No words need to be said in order to have this conversation. And my dad went, yeah, it's one of those funny conversations. Mom's like, oh, let me know. What is it? I'm having FOMO. What is it? Now, how the fuck do I explain this to her? So I looked at her and I'm like, no, it's just we realize how strong you are. My mom's like, really? I don't think I'm strong. I just don't worry about anything. And then she starts like smiling. And when I was like, no, like we realized like me and my dad were full of worries, right? And you have no worries. That's why like we rely on you, you know? Because sometimes when we're just burdened by worries, we know that you are there to support us. And we just really appreciate you. And we just find it really funny how we have such a beautiful dynamic. And my mom's like, aw, no, like I think you guys are strong too. No, like it's not like that. Now here's a trick I learned ever since I'm a kid, chat. If you're fucked, right? If you found yourself in a situation where you're giga fucked, gas them up, bro. Gas them the fuck up. It works 50% of the time. It's a gamble, you know? 50% of the time they catch you in your bluff. The other 50%, they just kind of go with it. But this time it was like a go with it kind of moment. And my dad looked at her. He was like, yeah, fucking. I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, like you guys are strong too, blah, blah. Now here's the other funny part, bro. My dad tried to gas her up.
You didn't dodge a bullet. You dodged a bazooka.
Nah, bro. You know what's extra funny? I did that. I started glazing my mom, right? Because in my head, you know, if I glazed her, she'll be like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, like, I guess you guys just know. And my dad's like, yeah. Now he said something so fucking crazy. It got me looking back at him like I thought we're out of the trenches. And I hit him again with the speed face. Because my dad looked at her and was like, yeah, like we realize we worry because we have so much ambition. The moment he said that, I knew what my mama was gonna say. So my mama looked at my dad and said, what do you mean by that? Damn. My dad, before I could even like interject to kind of save his ass, my dad went, no, like you're already happy with life, you know? Like you're happy with what you have, you know? Like me and Michi, like we still kind of, you know, we still have things we want to do and you know, stuff like that. And because of that, like we worry because you know, like we're worried if we can't succeed the things we want to do in life, you know? I don't know what monkey in his brain decided that this button was the right button to press. So unfortunate. Is this the when you gonna get married combo? Worse. It's my dad fumbling, but now I am fucking in the AoE. Like if my dad's gonna fumble, make sure I'm out of the fucking AoE, bro. But no, he hit him with that. It's like you know how everyone has like a monkey in their brain that goes like cling cling cling. I don't know which fucking instrument that monkey decided to pick up, but it's the wrong damn instrument. And before I could save his ass, he keeps going on and on about how me and my dad, we have ambition, and my mom doesn't. And that's supposed to be a good thing somehow. And my mom said, I have ambition? What makes you think I don't have ambition? You calling me ambitionless? You calling me lazy? You calling me stupid? Now at that point, bro, you on your own. Like, listen, I'm always here to support my friends, right? But there are just days you just gotta tap out. You know, you gotta save yourself, man. I feel like I'm in an airplane.
Okay,
and it's like, save yourself before you save others.
Now he's firing a grenade and throwing away the pin.
I'm telling you, during that time, you know when you're on an airplane and they're like, during emergencies, there will be gas masks falling down from the sky. Please put on your gas mask first before helping others. Instantly, that fucking PSA starts playing in my brain, and I'm like, listen, man, I'm putting my fucking oxygen mask on. All right, I'll figure out you first, but according to the air stewardess, I need to put it on me first. So I was just like, oh, you cooked. You cooked, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. So my dad, being the smart, wise man who's in a food coma, looks at me, and you know how he wants to save his ass? He starts laughing. He just looks at me and starts laughing. And I'm like, I'm gonna throw you a bone. I'm gonna start laughing too, right? Because like, what else am I supposed to do here? So I start laughing. My mom goes, so now you're laughing at me. It's absolutely cinema, man. Cinema. I shouldn't have thrown you that bone. I looked at the moment my mom's like, so you're laughing at me, huh? And I glanced at her, and she had like, she wasn't frowning, but she had a smirk on her face. And that's when I know it's actually over. That shit's over. So I looked at my dad. I stopped laughing. I looked at my dad. He's still laughing. And I'm like, shit, bro. We cooked. Like, fuck. But my dad, he didn't get the hit. He's still laughing. And then he pulled out, right, the biggest big brain move ever. He changed the topic. He starts laughing and he goes, man, I thought about it, right? I thought about it. You know what's really crazy? How do people build roofs? You know, like, who figured out that roofs should be built slanted? Why don't they just build them like a square? You thought about that? Like, well, why are roofs slanted? So I'm like, I see where you're going with this. So I double down. I'm like, yeah. No, yeah. Like apartments and buildings, they flat roof. White House, slant roof. My dad, no, right? And I'm like, yeah. You know what's crazy? Chimneys. It's like, chimneys. We don't have chimneys in Indonesia. Why the fuck do we have chimneys? I'm like, oh, chimneys, think about it. Someone saw a slanted roof and went, I'm gonna put a square on that. It's like, yeah. Who thought about that? I'm like, exactly. Wouldn't it be easier if the roof was flat? And now my mom's like, at first she was pissed. And now she's like, ah, shit. Now she has to say something. So now she's saying something and boom. Changed the topic. Instantly, topic changed. So now our ass was saved. But this only survived for 5 minutes. And then she fucking repeated what she said for the next 2-ish hours. She started saying everything she said again. At least she wasn't mad, but we just had to re-listen to everything. It's kind of like unskippable cutscene. Like you failed the boss fight and now you can't skip this cutscene. And now you're stuck here for an extra hour and a half. So she went through this whole fucking conversation all over again. But at least my dad's ass was saved from a whooping. Right? That shit was so fucking funny though. After we started talking, like my mom had to go to the bathroom. So I was talking with my dad. Yeah. I saw a boss battle. Like it was just me and my dad. And I looked at him. I'm like, bro, why did you do that? And he's like, I don't know. Thanks for the save though. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then silence.